Grand fan, welcome to the hole where our undefeated number 2 ranked Grambling State Tigers host the 2-1 11th ranked Tennessee Volunteers. The Tigers have some big name prospects on campus, including number 1 defensive tackle Reggie Rivas, the number 1 outside linebacker in the country Will Banks, and the number 2 DN Dan Bird. First quarter action, King drops back and threads the needle to Sean Edwards on the slant, and he picks up 10. Then Joel Thomas takes the trap, finds some room on the right, spins and picks up 7. Next play, Joel gets it again, and look at the space. The junior back gets pulled down after picking up 9. Then on first down, King goes back to the air, and he finds Rob Bradford wide open downfield for a gain of 21. Next play, King drops back and throws a dart to Antonio Walker, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Grambling! Tigers strike first, 7-0. Vols take over, Burke with the play action, and he hits his tight end wide open. He sheds 1 tackle, spins, and gains 19. Later drive, Burke goes back to the air and connects with Roach again, and he's pushed out after getting the first down. Then on third and short, Mitchell gets the pitch, follows his blocks, and is off to the races. He turns on those jets and steps out after picking up 22. 2 plays later, Burke shows off his touch, finding man in the back of the end zone. We're all tied up at 7 apiece. Next GSU possession, King drops back and finds the speedy Jordan Paxson wide open across the middle. He turns upfield and picks up 15. Then King shows off his wheels, rolling out to his right, finding a bunch of green in front of him, and is able to pick up the first. But JT shows him how it's done, hitting the hole on the left, cutting, and picking up 9 more. Then number 9 gets it again, going up the gut and picking up 11 more yards. 2 plays later, King with the drop back, and he hits easily coming out of the backfield. He spins ahead for 11, but King missed Bradford wide open. But JT would punch it in from a yard out. Touchdown, Grambling! Tigers up 14-7. After a Vols 3 and out, King comes out throwing, hitting Walker on the outside, and he gains 19. Next play, Thomas takes it up the middle, runs over to safety and picks up 14. Few plays later, King drops back and finds Rob Bradford wide open downfield, and he walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Grambling! What a route by the senior tight end. Tigers lead 21-7. But here come the Vols. Burke keeps the option right, gets laid out but picks up 8. Then the QB keeps it again. Ginn misses, and the QB is able to pick up 11 more yards. Then on 3rd and 5, Burke hits Mitchell on the screen. Goff misses. Mitchell turns upfield, breaks 2 tackles, and picks up 18 yards. Then Burke would go back to the air and throws a laser to Davis on the slant. Now it's 1st and goal. Next play, Burke shows off his scrambling ability, finding a lane on the right, turning on the jets, and fighting his way into the end zone, Grambling up a touchdown. Next Tigers possession, King hits Bradford on the outside, and he drops his shoulders and picks up 8. Then King goes back to the air and links up with Robbie B again, getting the Tigers out to midfield. Next play, King goes back to the air, tries to force a pass to Walker, and is picked off by Williams. That's the senior corner's 7th interception on the season. Vols face a 3rd and long. Burke drops back. And look at this throw to Lawrence for 17 yards. Then Burke would go back to the air. He tries to sneak out, but Jason West lays the boom, and it's a fumble. Goff recovers. GSU gets the ball back. But look at this hit. What a play by West. And that was sent us to the half. GSU leads 21-14. Solid first half for the offense, but the defense is looking better this week. Let's see if the Tigers can pull away in the second half. Start at 3rd, Burke drops back and hits Bailey across the middle. He gets upfield and picks up 17. Next play, Burke with the play action. He tries to sneak out, but Caleb Causey is there to get the sack. Then on 2nd and long, Burke goes beast mode. He sheds the Torian Ray tackle, fakes out West, is able to pick up the first down. Nice run. 2 plays later, Burke keeps the option right, ducks his head, and he's fighting for 12 yards. The drive will continue after this throw from Burke to Hill for 8 more yards. Then Burke keeps the option, feels the pressure, decides to pitch it, but nobody is there. Stovall dives on it and recovers. Tigers ball. And GSU looks to capitalize. Thomas takes the handoff, finds a huge lane up the middle, and he picks up 11. Then King drops back, and he loads up, and he's going deep to Sean Edwards, and he goes up and gets it for 34 yards. What a catch. Take another look. Edwards over 2 defenders for the tough grab. Later in the drive, King connects with Easley out of the backfield. He makes a cut and picks up 10. 3 plays later, Joel Thomas will show off his strength and spin into the end zone. Touchdown, Grambling! Tigers up 14. Vols take over, facing a 3rd and long. Burke drops back, stands tall, and throws a dart to Davis across the middle for the first down. Then Burke drops back again, decides to scramble out to his right, but Jason West shuts it down and gets the sack. His 3rd and long, Burke hits Mitchell on the screen, and he has some blockers. The running back gains 12 and the first. But Burke would get too stingy. He tries to force a pass downfield and is picked off by Rayshawn Baker. And he's got some room. The junior back brings it back to the 35-yard line. Big-time play by the big-time cornerback. And GSU looks to capitalize. King drops back and looks to go deep again. He throws it up for Edwards. And oh my gosh, what a catch. Take another look. Edwards catches it off the tip, juggles it, and then secures it as he hits the ground. Then King goes back to the air, goes through his progressions, and here's Bradford, who runs over a Vol for 16. Next play, King drops back and threads the needle to Robbie B for another 13 yards. And then you got to finish what you start. King stands tall in the pocket and hits Paxton in the end zone. Touchdown, Grambling! Tigers starting to pull away. After Vols 3 and out, Thomas hits a hole up the middle, makes a cut and picks up 13. Then JT gets it again, makes another cut, turns up the speed and picks up 14. It's been all JT on this drive. He finds some room up the middle and picks up 15 more. And of course, you have to finish what you start. JT gets his 3rd end zone visit on the day. Touchdown, Grambling! Tigers up 42-14. Vols look to get anything going, but Burke tries to force another pass and is picked off by Johnson. That's turnover number 4 for our G-men. And Kevin Easley will put the nail in the coffin, punching it into the end zone. Touchdown, Grambling! And that would do it. GSU wins in convincing fashion, 42-14. Chris King finishes with 334 yards and 3 touchdowns with 2 interceptions. Joel Thomas finished with 201 yards on the ground and 3 scores. Robbie B had another big day, 7 grabs for 120 yards and a score. But Jason West, he had a career day, 13 tackles and 2 sacks. That is 30 wins in a row for our Grambling State Tigers, and it's only going to get tougher from here. Next up is the Razorbacks from Arkansas. Thanks for watching, guys. Coming up in the Tigers Den podcast, we'll welcome the newest member of the recruiting class and get ready for another tough SEC matchup. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.